Snap, snap, to snap, 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 to snap, snap. After those big old snaps on the previous movie, we're going to the Endgame. So, you want to see what the Endgame is? Well, we're in the Endgame now. Watch me fade away. So let's get into the sequel to, basically kind of sequel to Avengers Infinity War 2. Yeah, so basically this is like the sequel to Infinity War. I think it's a sequel with like the Avengers 4, I'm not sure. Because the Avengers, Ultron, Infinity War. Basically it's kind of Avengers 4, so... But it's kind of a sequel, so there's not a lot to explain here apart from the important stuff, but we'll get into it. So, welcome to Avengers 4, the Endgame. Dun, 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 dun. So, the story then. The story is basically set right after the snap which Thanos made the 50% of the universe disappear. I think it was 50% of the universe, or was it only Earth? I wasn't sure about that because they only mentioned Earth, it's not the universe, but there probably was the universe, that's probably not me listening. But yeah. They basically have to go to Thanos in the beginning, chop his head off, because old Thanos lopped off there. And basically 5 years passed where they had to go back, they find out time travel exists. Basically, good old Starky boy did that. And they go back in time and get to 70 gems, and they all go forward with Thanos actually from the past coming to get them. Basically, it's a time travel story with a good old climax at the end. That climax makes you wet and makes me moist. So... yeah, the story is basically just a sequel to what happened in the last movie, but it counts as a fourth movie, so yeah, that works. So basically, not much to explain that they had to time travel to get back to Infinity Stones, where we meet the Ancient One again. To meet somehow in the first Avengers. I don't know if he was in control of New York. They'll explain that in Doctor Strange. Maybe that was just a retcon, but you know, but there's a good nod here as he says that Doctor Strange wouldn't give it away willingly. That because he probably had them all stored somewhere when he faded away. That wasn't explained, but he probably did. So yeah. Then they go back in time to Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, the Avengers movie as I mentioned, and For the Dark World. Yeah. We'll talk about the kind of the other movies at a later date, but yeah, basically let's go do Back to the Future shit here like that, and that basically mentions that movie. But apparently time travel also in this doesn't affect the future, it does affect the thing you're in there. Like it goes basically different realities. That's what that really odd, but you know it works. So now the story is over with because it's that basic story. We are going to talk about characters, but characters with the arcs ended and how they evolve. Not all the characters, because way too damn characters in this. Way too many. Too many. So, we'll see you on the flip side. So, with characters, let's start with... one of the basic ones is Black Widow. She sacrifices herself in the middle. Let's get out here. I forgot to say there's spoilers in this, but you know, I'm not doing this separate review for spoilers. That's a bit of a pain. Yeah, she sacrifices herself to get the Soul Stone. Again, that was never sad to begin with, that we know that's going to happen, If you do a surprise, then yeah, that will happen. It wasn't a sad of Gamora, it wasn't a sad of Black Widow, but, you know, probably sad to some people. Yeah, also you see Widow's head blood in this, like if you saw it on the ground, it was like that, loads of blood coming out, so obviously Marvel's getting a bit risky and frisky. Oh, we're talking about whiskey, you got like Ronin, Hawkeye in this, slitting someone's throat and you see blood coloured like that. Blood coming down his hands. I mean, Marvel's getting risky being employed under Disney. That's what I like. I don't think it'll continue from here unless you do a Blade movie and the one Deadpool movie, but we'll see. So Black Widow obviously sacrificed herself to get the Soul Stone, and that was her character arc. Basically, she dies. Also, I heard she's getting in the movie too. Don't know if that's going to be a prequel or not, because obviously you can't do it if she's dead already. But obviously, if it's a prequel, you just don't bother really. Don't bother making a movie about Black Widow. You should have done that quite a few years ago, but now, too late really. It's too late to do a movie about her. Too late to do a movie about Widow. Been cool though, a good spy type movie, like Red Sparrow and a little bit of a Atomic Blonde. Too late, like those movies put together, that'd be quite good actually. But again, you can't do raunchy stuff, it's Marvel, can you? But you know, you can't do a Black Widow movie with Vader now, I guess. Be a bit naff. You already know her backstory, don't you? Because she was like a ballet and had to take away her womb and stuff like that. But you know, moving on to Captain America. Oh yeah, yeah. So basically, he's like the main guy in this. Has to go back and travel and that. And by the end, he actually gets to live with Peggy. Peggy, eh? That's amazing as well. I mean, Jesus. So basically, when he go back in time, he goes to put those stones back, finish stones. But he never comes back and he goes to live out with Peggy, which is actually one of the deaths in the movie, because like when he talking to Falcon, I don't know his real name, but he's Falcon. He's like 90 years old and yeah, he's probably past the age of living. Technically he's dead. He's not dead, but he's dead. Get a good old Dullahan after him. Good old Dullahan. So, moving on to Captain America, because yeah, there's not much to say about him apart from going back in time and stuff like that, but he's already had his best moments. He's not a virgin no more though. He's not a virgin no more. That's the thing. Unless he didn't have a child with Peggy and he just, I don't know, he probably did have a child after, you probably won't see it until later on, but you know, he's still not a virgin no more. He lost his virginity to good old Pegs. Good old the Peg Star. Peggy. On to the third character arc that I finished up this conclusion is Iron Man. He gets a child in this. Morgan Stark, I think. Don't know if he becomes anything, but apparently Pepper Potts becomes rescuing this, and that's never explained how. Then where's he get that armor from? Never seen any other movies unless it's Iron Man 2, but that'll be in Iron Man 3 then, wouldn't it? I know Iron Man 3 had armor, but he didn't have her own armor in it exactly. I don't know where she got that from, but yeah. Yeah, so Iron Man has a big conclusion in this. He dies at the end, by the way. He gets really burnt up after snapping Thanos and his army out of existence. I mean, the snap he had, oh, die me. That was like all burnt up. He's there. It's like a fried crispy. But then that'll kill him though. Maybe the shock to him got to him. And maybe the brain went into shock too, made him like that. Also, Peter Parker, he can't talk to Peter Parker either. He talked to Pepper Potts, so poor Peter, eh? Poor Peter. So obviously he has a daughter in this. I don't know what the outcome of that will be. Maybe his daughter grows up to become an Iron Woman. I'm not sure how to look that up. But also the funeral scene in this, when they buried it was good. When they was going back to shots of the different groups to like that. Ooh, random emo kid with the hair there. I don't know who that was. Ooh, Captain Marvel. Nick Fury, but yeah. Yeah, funeral scene was good, and I guess it made people cry. Didn't make me cry, but you knew he was gonna die, didn't you? I think he did. And you also discovered time travel too through Ant-Man's tech. That's hilarious, but you know, yeah. He dies, and basically the third death of him, Widow, and Captain America, and if you can, hero deaths, but there's other deaths who's thinking about this. So, yeah, Iron Man had a good closer, so did Captain America and Black Widow. Then you had to move on to other heroes. I think Captain Marvel will become the franchise of this. Hope not. Hope not indeed. Also, I forgot to mention this, like, Iron Man and Captain America go back to 1970, which is amazing coincidence that Hank Pym, or Ant-Man goes into Hank Pym, Tony Stark's father, and Peggy, and the Tesseract all there in the same place.
Coincidence? I think not!
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense. Don't know how that would work, because you had Hank Pym doing his stuff, Hal Stark visiting it there, Peggy there for some reason, and the Tesseract, and probably Arnim Zola as well, I said. There's a lot of people there in one day. That's a bit overly too coincidental. There's probably more stuff you didn't know about either. That'd be a bit weird, to be honest. So, moving on to the last two character arcs. So, we have Thor. I guess he's not finished yet, because he might appear in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 here, as he went with them in the end, but damn, he put on some weight. And if you talked about Asgard in a bad way, you'll probably say this.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Yeah, so he basically became the dude. Yeah, became the dude, yeah. The dude. He basically living in an island, or I don't know, he lived somewhere off the coast. But he went to Asgard. And also, the weird thing here, I did Valkyrie, the stone guy, and all the other Asgardians survived the attack at the beginning of Infinity War. You never saw them, but you presume they died, but they didn't apparently. I don't know how they survived, but they did. Okay, and Jango Fett, the rock guy, I've got the rock guy's name, but I know the guy who plays him with Jango Fett and Moana's father, but he's playing Fortnite, and the kid was trash-talking him, and Thor told him to shut the fuck up or he kills him. I mean, that's kind of hilarious. Fortnite's going to become a dated thing in a few years, but it's still hilarious. Yeah, so Thor, obviously, man kills Thanos in the beginning of this by chopping his head off. Obviously, feels guilty about that. That's why he basically gave up and put on a beard weight and stuff like that. But he comes good at the end now. He goes full Viking at the end when he goes to fight. He like ties his beard up and stuff like that, and like becomes actual like a Viking god. I think this wraps up his character right though. Just saying, because he did like a different character and just maybe though. Didn't meet his mum now, so he actually say goodbye to her when he found her. But if he's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I don't think that'll be a full character up. We'll see in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but I'm still not sure if he's finished or not, but we'll see, yeah. So, moving on to the last one, and it's the last time we'll see him probably. Unless he goes to the dead realm in the future, I don't know, but this is the last one. So, Thanos. Thanos, there's two different people in this. One in the beginning he was a farmer, minding his business, probably gets his head lopped off. Poor Thanos there, but he destroyed his stones and stuff like that. But he comes back later in his full warrior form, but he decides to change 50% to a good old 100%, leaving him only, apparently. That means he'll kill his daughters and his army, or just leave his army and his daughters and stuff and just rebuild the worlds. I'm still not sure about that, but it will happen. But yeah, he basically appears only for the final battle. We'll all go lobbing and comedy off him. And he gets snapped out of existence by Iron Man. So this is probably the last time we see him, unless we meet Death at some point in the future movie. We'll see Thanos there. Probably, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah. I don't know about if we do meet him again, but we'll see him again. But no, I think Josh Brolin's probably busy with other projects, but we probably will. But yeah, Thanos is concluded this movie. And he's out there, making way for Galacticus or probably Onslaught. I don't know who we get next, but well, no. Let's move on to the comedy. There was less comedy in this movie. Comedy in this. I think I've laughed a few times because this is a more serious movie, but it's the one where Hulk knocks out future Tony with the box and Loki escapes with the Tesseract. I don't know what the outcome of that will be. Maybe he'll be still alive in a different universe. I don't think so, but it seems like it will be. What is that outcome anyway? Because Loki has escaped with the Tesseract. What would he do? I don't know, but that seems a bit good. That might make way for the Loki TV show on Disney Plus. That may be right. So yeah. And we've got the one where War Machine lands against Ant-Man. And his taco goes flying. Not the taco, no! Taco, no! Taco, waka, 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 waka! Waka, 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 woo! Yeah, there's some other funny scenes, but I don't remember them that well, but yeah. Obviously comedy wasn't the main strength for this. It's mainly the, you know, stuff like that. My dark, edgy stuff. That's mainly it was, yeah. Oh, I forgot one character arc. God damn it, I said I've moved that. Apparently Hulk and Bruce Banner merged into one perfect being in this. He like became Professor Hulk. Don't know if that's based on a comic, but he like became Bruce Banner, but Hulk, green colour, but he can smash like that, but still talk normally. Don't know how that works, but it was interesting. Really interesting. Moving on. The final battle! The final battle to end all, the anti-climax, but it's the climax of the ages. So yeah, basically they meet Thanos, well, basically for Iron Man and Captain America first, and they beat Thanos and he get the absolute wrecked by him. He wasn't wearing the Infinity Gun, he was having like, this double bladed thing and he was super strong, that's all. I mean, Thor could probably take him and probably Captain America. They're not there, but then after Captain America gets beaten badly and all his army comes across out and stuff that to take over the world, look to your left and every damn Marvel character and Marvel soldier and stuff like that come out of nowhere through the sling blade holes. That's where Doctor Strange was keeping them. Boy, oh boy, it's a cool scene. Damn, son. Also, they also say Avengers Assemble. They all run across all that show and begin battling. I mean, goes on for quite a while as well. It was quite cool actually. Probably the best battle scenes in Marvel movies. Loads of things happen in this battle though. One, all the female heroes get together for like this poster. If I can find that. Not saying it was probably forced, but it was all cool at the same time. But you know, got Mrs. Goop there and Brie Larson. Yeah, boo. Still don't have how gonna pelt or Pepper Potts how get that rescue outfit. I don't know, but you know, yeah. But it was all the female heroes: Gamora, the Wasp, Valkyrie, who played in one movie, and all the others all come to help Peter come take the Infinity Blade. Infinity colour, not blade. I think Infinity Blade's a real thing anyway, but you know, there's the god there from Peter who failed miserably. God damn it, Spider-Man! I want pictures of you, not holding the gullet. Yeah. So all the battles ensues and stuff, but also Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet in the end, but not snap it, of course. Iron Man steals it from him and he snaps it and the battle's over. The battle's over, boy, and the battle's over. Boy, him. But this battle, though, was real something, because you got like wizards fighting, Asgardians fighting, Wakandian soldiers, if you want to call them that, fighting, along with the gorillas from the they go ooh, 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 type thing. Not called gorillas, they're called wolves, weren't they? But yeah, that's what they're called. Yeah. Not that, I'll say, not gorillas. I'm not being racist. Calm down now. Calm down. Calm down, baby. The battle was really amazing. That's like a 10 out of 10 my books. It was like full of everything. Not X-Men though, or Fantastic Four. That's a shame that. And any more characters they were missing. Probably... Who was missing from this? Basically the X-Men and some others. Basically that's it, but... That's all it does, I guess. Yeah, the final battle. That was nice. So I'm going to a little bit of the outcome and what's to see in the future type of thing, because it's the conclusion of the main big bad guys of this. As I said earlier, if we were Galacticus or Onslaught, you can't have Onslaught apparently. I've checked up who he was. He's part of Mrs. Manifestation of Magneto's and Xavier's mind, so you probably can't do him yet. But we can do Galacticus though. We can build him up slowly. Mr. Man World Eater himself, not Bray Wyatt here. Or here, I don't know where he's gonna go, but you know. This guy is the real Eater of Worlds. Yeah, so basically you had to kind of set him up if you do a Silver Surfer movie, because Silver Surfer movie will be a bit boring with Silver Surfer flying through the world, through the universe, rather than planets for Galacticus to eat, but you know, that'll work. Probably do a Fantastic Four movie and some other space-oriented hero movies to set him up, then he goes to Earth and stuff like that, but we'll probably see. I don't know who the big bad will be next. I don't find Magneto to be a big bad, nor Apocalypse either. Apocalypse can be like a small villain, but you know he's super powerful anyway. But we'll see what the outcome of the future of this MCU is, or if they keep continuing it. I don't know. So to be honest, Endgame is where it's properly finished, I guess. We'll probably see different heroes in the future. I thought this one called Shang-Li. I don't know who Shang-Li is. Have a Chinese superhero fighting the Chinese government. That'd be nice, isn't it? So... So, my rating for this movie, eh? It's a 9 out of 10 because there's obvious flaws in this, as I said earlier about the going back in time to the movies. So if you go back to time of these movies and take people forward and now and stuff like that, like Gamora never went to that planet and stuff like that to find Quill and the others. Would any of these movies existed? Just saying. Like, obviously Avengers Assemble happened because they got Loki at the end there. But Guardians of the Galaxy in 1 and 2 wouldn't have happened here. That's all I saw. They went back to back on all the movies and fucked them up and stuff. But you know, that's obviously nothing to think about because this is the future there. So yeah, so my rating's a 9 out of 10. So yes, it was still a badass movie, and yes, I'm looking forward to the future of the MCU. But that's where this probably properly ends here. And probably Spider-Man start phase 4 or 5 or something, you know, that'll probably be a good movie. Then don't know what's coming after that. So this concludes my 4 tier. So if you enjoyed this and want more, don't forget to click on one of the darkness and smash the like button, boys. Stay spooky. Toodles!